Hey guys, this is Ryan and Caleb again coming to you for this next video that we're working on. We are actually out of town traveling this week, and so we went ahead and recorded this before we took off. So this should show up for you on the regular time. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and post those in the comments, and we will get back to you as soon as we can on that. But today we're going to work on adding a leveling up system to our Roblox game, be able to get some experience, and then be able to get some kind of advantage as you level up. So in this case, we're going to get more cash for the apples that we're collecting. So let's go ahead and jump to our game. We're going to open our adventure game in Roblox Studio.
We might want to do a recap of what we already got.
Yep, go ahead. Do a recap for us, Caleb.
So we're going to go into test.
Play here.
Yeah, play. Yeah, let's do a play here. Work better. Okay, so what we have so far is we have a leaderboard, and the character's taken off. Okay, so we have a leaderboard, and you can collect apples, and then later you can come and exchange those apples for cash. And then if you get enough cash, so if I get enough cash here, okay, so if you get enough cash, you can buy more space in your inventory. It looks like we have an error.
Yeah, we may not have tested that after we finished it up last week. If not, okay, so the not doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
And we were saying not greater than or equal to 20, so just change that to less than 20.
Yeah.
Because that's the inverse of greater than or equal to 20. So change that to less than 20.
I think it...
Yeah, but I guess we ended last week's episode and did not test that. Not less than or equal to. Less than. So we were greater than or equal to before.
So it would be like that?
No. Just a less than.
Okay.
And have the open. There you go. There you go.
Okay. So today we're going to be adding a leveling system, and right now already in the leaderboard, we do have a level here, but we don't have any way to get XP, because normally in like a game you get XP, and then later if you get enough XP, you'll level up. So we need to add an XP.
So we're just keeping track of their experience points. All right, so go ahead and copy and paste one of those whole entire sections there.
So we're going to use the max items one because we don't really want it to show up in the leaderboard.
Oh, we don't want them to know how much XP they have?
Yeah, it's just a level. I mean, we can...
show it,
okay.
just so we can see it change.
Yeah, sure, we can do that. Okay, so we're going to copy one of these ones that the parent is leader stats. And then we're just going to put it in down here. And we need to change the name of it, so I'm just going to call it XP. And then set it to name and all that stuff. So I'm going to name it XP. And then just keep on doing this.
And then XP value start out with 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So now if we play here, the XP should show up in here. So now we have 0 XP right now. So that's good.
So since we created like 8 apples and duplicated those, and I'd rather not change the code on all of those, let's just give them XP when they exchange the apples for gold in that one spot.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is we duplicated the apples on one of the previous episodes, and it had code underneath of it. When we duplicated it, it copied that code, same code, underneath of each model over in the file, over in the workspace. So show Caleb the apples to each of those. Each one of those has a when clicked script underneath of that. We would have to change all 8 of those,
or you could
delete 7 of them and duplicate them again. But we're not going to worry about that. We're going to give them XP when they exchange for cash.
Okay. So we're going to go into this here, and we're going to say if in this if statement that's if apples is greater than 0. So after it says their before it sets their apple value to 0, we need to get their XP and change it by how many apples they have. So in the leader stats thing where we're defining all this stuff in the leader stats, we need to get their XP. So we need to do local XP is equal to leader stats.
So we're creating a variable to reference that XP
Yep.
that we just created on the player object.
Find first child, and then XP. Yep, there we go. So now we need to change their XP based on how many apples they have. So I'm going to do XP dot value is equal to XP dot value plus apples dot value times 100.
Well, so you misspelled value there. Let's fix that.
Yes,
first.
that would be.
So we're already doing apples dot value times 100 above, or then all we'd have to set it to is plus the cash dot value, right? Well, never mind. Okay,
Yeah,
I
'cause
think
then
you're
they-
good. Yeah,
okay.
because we're just giving them the amount of cash they collected this time. There we go.
Okay, so we should probably test this just to make sure everything's working.
Just make sure they're getting XP as they move along.
Yes, so I'm just going to collect one apple, and then whenever you step on this platform, we should get XP based on how many apples we have. So let's say we have like 3, we should get up to 400 now. So yeah.
How much XP do we want them to get before they go to the next
So
level?
I think each level you'd have to get 1,000 XP times the level. So like if you're level 1, you'd have to get 1,000 XP, and if you're level 2, you'd have to get 2,000. Then level 3, 3,000. Just
Yeah,
going
that
on.
makes sense.
So
It's progressively harder because we're giving them an advantage when they do that too.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So we need to make a GUI that'll tell you how much XP you have that you need left to level up, and it'll also, if you have enough to level up, it'll level you up.
Why don't we just make it level? Why don't we just in here we do something like once their XP value is added here, if
So if XP dot value is greater than or equal to level.
I don't know that we have.
Oh, yeah, we need to
reference to level. Yet.
Yes, we need to make a level reference. So we need to do local level is equal to leader stats. Find first child. What? First child. Okay. And then level. Okay. So now we got that, we can go down into here. And if their XP dot value is greater than their level, level dot value times 1,000, then for testing we should probably do a print. Yeah, we can just do a print.
Yeah, let's do a print there. We'll set their level in just a minute.
I'm gonna say leveled. Nope, I spelled it wrong. Okay.
It's hard to type when you're tired, isn't it?
Yes. And if you're not looking at the keyboard,
All right, so we need 1,000. Exchange it in 1,000.
well, not 1,000 apples. We only need 10 apples.
Right.
Yeah.
1,000
Okay.
cash.
So now we should level up, and now we got the message down here that says leveled up. So there we go.
Yeah. Adding that print statement's super helpful as you're tracking down things in Roblox. So
Yeah.
go ahead and click stop. Let's go back in there. So now that we know that's working, let's set their level dot value.
Okay, so we need to do level dot value is equal to level dot value plus 1.
And what else do we have to reset?
We also need to set the XP value to 0. Well, actually, we need to minus it by the level value times 1,000. Because if they had like 2,000, like if they had like 20 apples and it got in there, like it would be fair just to reset their XP to 0.
Okay, I'm okay with that. It's your game.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about
Yeah.
coding. When you're making the game, you make the rules.
So we're going to do XP.value is equal to XP.value minus level dot value times 1000.
Now it does follow like our standard mathematical order of operation. So it's going to do the multiplication first here, but one of the things that makes it easier to read if we're doing this later on is put parentheses around level dot value times 1000.
Okay.
And you're right, that would have worked fine. But one of the things as you're trying to just keep things as clear as possible for anybody else looking at it later on, making sure that they know that these two things go together. This value times 1000 is helpful. So we're reducing their XP value, and then what do they get when they level up besides a number?
So what we need to do is like for their apples, they probably get like a multiplier based on their level. Like so, like if they're like level 1, they'd have the level 1 multiplier on their apples. So when they exchange their apples, they just get the standard amount. But if they're level 2, they get 2 times that amount, and then level 3 times, and just going on.
All right, so their cash value for their apples equals their cash value plus apples dot value times 100 times their level. Right up here.
Yeah.
So put times level
Dot value.
Yeah, make sure it's lowercase level.
Yeah, we want that.
And then again, wrap that whole second set in parentheses after the plus sign. Just lets us know that these things are all kind of connected and specific for something. This is our value for the apples. So this way, as they level up, they get to level 2. They're actually going to get 200 for every apple. You don't have to put. I think it was fine. Just those 3.
Okay.
So the apples dot value times 100 times their level value. So they get a multiplier effect as they level up through the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so
let's test it. So we need to collect 10 apples to level up, because each apple gives us 100 XP.
Well, let's double check that when we subtract it too. So get like 12 apples.
Okay.
Just so that they subtract.
Maybe. It just won't work. I don't know.
Wait, we get something.
No, I think the game's just being slow. No, it doesn't look like we have any errors.
Scroll down and say get mouse or something there.
No, that's just the weather
Or
script.
no, on down.
That's as far as it goes.
Okay.
I think maybe.
Maybe reset it and run it again.
Yeah, let's try that.
Sometimes that happens and has nothing to do with the code and just Roblox loading up. Actually, clear the output before we start too, if you want. Scroll down into the output. I think you can right click down here and clear it.
We could just
Click the trash can.
So I'm gonna collect some apples. I'm just gonna get like 12. And it seems, oh, that's because we need to upgrade our backpack. I was confused. I was like, hold up.
Oh, well, that's a bug we get to fix there because it's subtracted our
XP.
Uh,
Okay.
all right, that's all right. We can fix
Okay.
that.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's probably because it's
Equal to, or greater than, or equal to. So probably. So level up.
okay, because it's setting their XP value up, and if their XP value is greater than or equal to the level value times 1000.
Then. All right, so it's the XP value, which we got here, which will equal XP value times apples dot value times 100. If I had 10 apples, it would be 1,000. Their XP value started at 0. 0 plus 1,000 is 1,000. So that would drop them in this level dot value. XP dot value minus level dot value.
Oh, okay, I see. So we need to do, we need to put this after that because it's setting their level to be like 2, and then it's subtracting. Yeah.
Good call.
Okay. There we go.
Yep, order matters, and we were setting their level up and then using that updated level when we were subtracting on the line below.
Okay, so
Good
now,
debugging, Caleb.
if we can collect our apples here.
Oh, we're level 2. Now, as we exchange,
Yeah, I want to get enough cash so I can do this. So we're level 2, so that means we'll need to get
2,000 XP.
yeah. I'm just gonna click
But each one's worth like
100.
200, right?
No, okay, yeah, it'll be 200 now. So now we're level 3, and our XP's
All right, so get one apple. Make sure when we exchange it, it's worth 300. Yeah, give us 400. But the XP is still moving up by 100 each time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's just I think it's the cash.
We get the cash going up
Yes.
faster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Should we make that GUI on how much XP you need to level up?
I mean, I think if you want to, that's fine. If you want to add a GUI real quick, just to show us
Yeah,
how
that
to do
shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so we're gonna add a GUI. So we need to go down into the starter GUI here. We haven't used it before. We're gonna click the plus, and we're gonna click a screen GUI. It's also helpful if you go onto the actual game tab. That way you can see the GUIs that you're making. So in the screen GUI, you can call it like level. Actually call it XP GUI. And then
so GUI's graphical user interface. So it's some kind of interface that's going to show up for our user.
And then we can add a frame to it, and we can drag this frame up here to wherever we want. So I'm just going to put it like up here in the middle.
These lines show you that it's in the middle if you have one.
And then I'm going to name this frame to be something like XP frame or something like that. Okay. And then we're going to add a text label. So it should be in there frequently used, but if it's not, you can just search it in the search thing here. And then we can move this text label based on the frame. So now if we move the frame, the text label will move with it. And I'm just gonna, you can resize the text label using these like little slider things. So I'm just gonna make it a little bit taller here.
Yeah, so the people that make those really great interfaces on Roblox spend a ton of time making those things look really nice for you as you're playing that. We're going to do something really simple just to show you how to update it, but it takes a lot of time to make something that nice for the users.
So I'm going to name this to be something like XP needed. Yeah, and then we're going to add a script into here. We can do a local script. That'll probably work better.
What's a local script to do?
So local scripts are different than regular scripts because local scripts, they're like already connected to the player, so you can't connect to the server at all with them. So you can't access their server script service or the server storage. But with the local script, it's much easier to access the player. It's like if you wanted to get their leader stats like really quick, you could just use that.
So it doesn't have to ping anything on the server.
Yes.
It doesn't have to make
a
connection.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we need to do is we need to do local player is equal to game dot players dot local player. Oh, what if I did a slash? That local player. Okay, so this will get the player, and then we can use that to get their leader stats and put the amount of XP that they need on the text label.
Okay.
So we can do local leader stats is equal to player find first child and then leader stats. And then we can do local level is equal to leader stats find first child and then level.
And what do we need there?
We also need we need their XP.
Current XP.
So local XP is equal to leader stats find first child, and then XP. Okay, now once we got that, we can yeah, okay. So what we need to do is we first need to set your XP to what it is. Wait, that's kind of confusing. But anyway, what we need to do first is we need to set their XP, like when they first join in, it'll automatically set the ticks to their current XP, and then later once the XP changes, it'll keep updating it.
Okay.
So we need to do we'll probably need to get a variable for the text label. So we need to do local text is equal to script.
Parent.
Yep. Dot
And
parent.
it says test, not text.
Yeah.
Just so you want it.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So what we need to do is we can do text. Let's task. No, test text dot text is equal to XP dot value minus level. Wait, I'm thinking. Okay, so their XP dot value. Well, actually, their level. Okay, what we need to do is we need to do their level dot value times 1,000 minus their XP. So we need to do minus XP dot value. Okay, so now if we click play here, we should see that the text should be 0.
It should be 1,000.
Yeah,
That's
because
what we need.
yeah, that's what we need to get. Yep. Okay, so that's good. So what we can do is we can do XP dot changed. I think that's a thing. I don't know if it's dot changed.
All right, so we're trying to figure out how
Yeah.
to connect this to a value.
Okay,
that's
you
being
can
changed
go
in
into
computer
the
stack.
I think there's a view. There's like a there should be a thing that tells you what things there are. I don't know.
Which items?
Like what things you can have for specific, like an yeah, there we go. Okay.
You're looking for XP.
Yes, I'm trying to find it would be a int value. Did I swear to search? Oh, yes.
You're looking for int value.
Yes.
All right, so just scroll down a little bit more.
Image
Yeah, down a little
button,
bit.
int value. Okay, there is a dot changed. Okay. That's just what I wanted to know.
All right, so we're going to connect a function to connect to XP.
So when the XP value is changed, we're going to connect to a function. And we're going to do function. I don't think we need any parameters in it.
Okay.
Just click enter, and then we can do print. Print something like XP change. That way we can test it.
Make sure we're there. All right, so this is connecting that event that whenever that value is changed, that int value for XP that we have should connect to this function.
So I'm going to sell this apple, and we get the XP change.
Nice job.
There we go. Okay.
Well, Caleb's in here. He knows this stuff with Roblox. Okay, so we've printed XP change. Now what do we need to do? We just need to update the text.
Yep.
So basically copy all that, put it back in there, right?
Yep. So we can just replace this print. So we can highlight the entire print XP changed, and then copy. Well, we can first copy all this.
Let me zoom in here a little bit on it, just so that they can see this a little bit better. So you can see everything we're doing here.
Yep.
So we're copying all of this, Control C,
Mhm.
putting in here. And we have to do this one up here, up above, because this changed isn't getting fired until we actually update the XP. So this is our one that we do initially, it actually sets it up at the beginning of the game, and then every time it's changed after that, it should be updated appropriately. All right.
So now if we play here,
Test.
we get to test. So I'm just going to collect an apple. And so now we need 900. So I'm going to collect some more apples. And now we need 400.
Let's level up and see if it's got it right with the leveling up.
Now we need 100. One more. And now we need, okay, now we need 1,000. So it should be 2,000
All right.
that we need.
All right, so let's go back into local script and see what's going on. And it may be that the did we change the XP when we exchange apples for cash before we updated the level?
Let's go into the exchange apples for cash. So
Yeah, we updated the XP first before we changed it, which we had to do, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we threw a bug. So we need to do something over here that
we can do it like a wait 1. That way it can update.
You think so?
Yeah,
Think
like
that'll work?
we could do like a wait 0.5.
So the issue is we're updating the XP and it's getting updated, calling this function, but the level hasn't changed yet.
Yeah.
And so we need to kind of give that level some time to be updated before we move forward. There's probably better ways to handle that, but let's
Just
try this and see if it will fix it for our purposes today.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go in here and get enough to level up.
Really, it should go to 2,000 here in just
Yeah.
a minute, right?
So
Actually, yeah, 600.
yeah, we need 600, and now we need 2,000, and we have no XP, so that's all good. But I want to test. So if we have enough XP and we actually go over it, if it will update for that. So let's say we have 8 apples, 600, and we have 700. Oh, we have 7 apples. And we get 700 XP. We then need, yep.
Perfect,
So,
because
yeah,
it's
it's working.
100.
Mhm.
All right, nice.
Now it's working.
All right, so today we added updated the levels, collected XP as we exchanged the apples for cash, and then created a simple GUI just to show how much XP is needed. And you could put some other label above this that has a pretty text or something on it that would show something like
Yeah, you
XP needed,
Mhm.
like right here, or something that always says that.
Yeah.
And that yours is just updated here. But those are the basics of kind of getting everything hooked up and kind of functioning together. And then if you were making this into a real game, you would obviously maybe add some text here so that the user would know that this is how we upgrade our backpack and make it a lot nicer. But it really, like, the games that look really nice and function really well in Roblox, they've put a lot of effort into.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's it for today. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask us in the comments, and we'll be sure to get to those as soon as we can. The next week, so the week after this coming week, I'm pulling up my calendar for you. So on August 5th, we're actually just going to play Roblox. So if you decide that you want to play Roblox and jump into some games with us, just let us know what you like to play. Hang out with some of us for a little bit, and we can have some fun doing that. That's what we're doing on August 5th. Be sure to click subscribe below and the little notification button so you get notified as we put out future videos. But thanks for joining in, and happy
See ya.
coding. Bye.